All right. So I am Dr. Amy Sarow, and I'm really excited to be on guest host on This Week in Hearing. And I'm lead audiologist for Soundly, where we help consumers get good information and educate them on their hearing health journey. I'm excited to be joined today by Bennett Griffin, who is the Executive Vice President of Research and Development for Lucid Hearing. And we're going to be discussing an exciting announcement. Lucid Hearing and Independa launch the world's first smart TV-based hearing assessment on the LG Smart TVs. So Bennett, thanks so much for being here today. And I would just like to start by talking a little bit about Lucid. So we know that Lucid is a leading provider of holistic hearing healthcare and located in more than 500 hearing health clinics nationwide. Now, for those of us, since our audience has, hearing healthcare providers, for those who don't know, could you just share a bit more about Lucid?
Absolutely. And it's great to be with you today, Amy. So Lucid Hearing's been around for a little over a dozen years now, and we are both a manufacturer and designer of hearing aids, and we also are a clinic company. So we have over 500 clinics across the United States. Most of our hearing aid clinics are within other buildings. So, for example, we have a lot of clinics inside Sam's Club wholesale stores. And so we have the benefit and the luxury of both designing and creating products and also delivering that service component and helping people hear better and working right with them with our licensed hearing instrument specialists and audiologists.
Great. Well, it sounds like there's a lot of options that Lucid is offering and exciting things happening. And we're seeing a lot of exciting things happening in hearing healthcare in general. Just this month, we celebrated World Hearing Day. And as I mentioned, Lucid has partnered with Independa and just launched the world's first smart TV-based hearing assessment. Could you share more about that exciting announcement with us?
Happy to, and we are really excited about this in our partnership with Independa and with LG. So this new hearing assessment is available directly on televisions in folks' living rooms across the country. And Independa has a platform. It's a health hub platform that runs inside the LG Smart TV interface. And Lucid Hearing now has a hearing assessment that is a part of this Independa health hub. And it allows folks right from the comfort of their couch to be able to begin that exploration on their hearing health journey. And we're real thrilled to have the opportunity to meet people in yet another new way.
Mm-hmm. Great. And I'm curious about the choice to incorporate the assessment into TVs. So was there any research or thoughts about why use a TV for this?
Well, there's a great opportunity with folks, in their homes. There are other online assessments that are already available on computers and tablets and smartphones. And the TV is a new vehicle to reach people in a more comfortable way, in a situation in their home where it's non-threatening, it's easy to use, and it's a comfortable way to introduce people to hearing health.
Yeah, that makes sense. So many of us have a TV. So it seems like a practical way to get that assessment out there. So who would be an ideal candidate for this type of assessment?
Well, we think televisions are often the tip of the arrow with identifying hearing health issues. And often it's a spouse or a kid or a loved one who's noticing that the television's up a little louder than it used to be. And so we think that as a casual indicator is a perfect way then to use that same device to get a little more information about that. So an ideal candidate is someone who's at home and who maybe has been turning that TV up a little more than they used to. And now right there, they can take the next steps and start evaluating their hearing through an assessment.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. I'm sure that, our audience of hearing healthcare providers can relate to stories where family members have said, oh, my spouse or, my dad is turning the TV up really loud. So yeah, that's a great point. Now, let's say if I'm a consumer, could you walk me through the steps that I would need to access this technology? What do I need in order to take it, and how does it work?
So it's available on all LG Smart TVs that have been made over the last several years. And so LG has an interface that allows you to navigate the options on the TV, and the Independa Health Hub is one of those options. So getting into the hearing assessment is as simple as launching that Independa Health Hub, and then right there within the suite of services, there's a Lucid Hearing assessment that you can simply select with the remote control on the TV, and that brings you into the hearing assessment process, which walks you right through that on the TV, and you use your remote, just like you have been, to change channels to take the assessment right there from your couch.
Yeah, well, that sounds easy and intuitive. Most people are used to using a remote or looking for something on the screen there. So yeah, okay. And after let's say I'm the consumer now, I've completed this assessment. What happens at the end with the results? How do I know something about what I did with that assessment?
Yeah, so the assessment walks you through step by step, and you use the remote to take the assessment, and then at the conclusion, it presents some information about what the assessment has found, and there's different options that then are presented to the customer, the consumer. So if there's a perceived mild to moderate hearing loss, we have the opportunity to talk about OTC hearing aids and present more information about those kinds of products. If there's not much of a hearing loss or no perceived hearing loss, we could talk about the education around hearing healthcare, hearing protection. How do you maintain your healthy hearing for as long as you can? And we also have the opportunity, if you'd like to get more in terms of a hearing test at one of our clinics, we actually have the opportunity for you to look and find a clinic that would be close by, and those are free as well. And you can even schedule an appointment at a clinic that would be near you, and if you want to go in and speak to a specialist or an audiologist and get a full hearing test in a sound booth. So all of that is possible to choose and to navigate through the hearing assessment on the TV.
Yeah, well, that's great. So it's really holistic in terms of options. So even if I don't have any hearing loss, I can think about ways to protect my hearing. Or if I want to know more information, I can, find a location and go in person and find out more.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I know we had talked a little bit about how Lucid offers, OTC options alongside also prescription options. Could you tell us more about that?
Happy to, yeah. So at Lucid Hearing, we really take a lifelong view to hearing health, and we're designing products and services to help people through that entire lifelong journey. So we're really passionate about hearing protection products, even for infants and for adults and older adults as well. We're also passionate about helping people with hearing health care wherever they are on that journey. So for some folks, an OTC solution that they can try at home and experiment with themselves is really the best next step, and helps them begin that process of hearing health. So we make products that are designed for that exciting new OTC category and helping people with mild to moderate hearing loss. We also make products that we sell through our clinics that are full prescription hearing aids. And so if that's where you're at on your hearing health journey, we want to be able to help you in that way as well. And we also have the opportunity for folks to get started with an OTC hearing aid, and then we can actually upgrade that to a prescription hearing aid through one of our clinics. So really, we take this lifelong view about hearing, and we want to meet the customer wherever they are on that journey and help them with getting the best hearing that they can get with their ears.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I know as we were talking too about OTC is new in the hearing health landscape and figuring out how to navigate that. Is there anything that you would want to share or talk to when we've been focused more on the consumers for just the moment, but how about for a hearing health care provider? What would you like them to know about Lucid or about any of the offering?
Well, first of all, we're really excited and bullish about OTC in general because there's such a population of folks that have the need for hearing healthcare that have never received hearing healthcare. And it's an unusual and somewhat unique market in the world and in the United States, in that there's so many people who need care that have chosen nothing up to now. And so OTC, we believe, is an exciting new way to reach a new segment of the population that, for whatever reason, whether it's accessibility or cost or fear even, that they simply haven't gone in to see a specialist or an audiologist. This is a way to introduce them to caring for their hearing and exploring what they've been missing, in the world. And so we think OTC is exciting because it's a new set of tools to help us reach people that we're not reaching up to now through our clinics. And we think it's also, for the specialists out there, a great new opportunity to reach another group of people. So we think it's additive. We think it helps grow the business. We think it helps more people hear better. And that's really our mission. So we're excited about it.
Yeah, great. And I like that, the opportunity to kind of meet people where they're at and provide them the care they need, no matter what that looks like.
Exactly.
All right. And is there anything else you'd like to share with us about, things that are coming later this year or projects that Lucid is working on at the moment?
So we think the current climate for hearing health is a really exciting climate. With the OTC rule that came out last fall, there's been an increase in media coverage, there's more awareness about hearing health broadly in the United States. And we think that's a great thing, both for the customer and also for those of us that are helping those customers with their hearing health. So we've got a whole menu of things that we'll be bringing out through the year. We've got some new products that are coming. We've got new products both in the prescription space and in the OTC space, and in the hearing protection space, which again, we're really passionate about. We've also got these opportunities to continue to meet folks in new digital ways. And so the Independa LG TV assessment is a great example of how we're looking to innovate and find new ways to meet people wherever they are and help them learn more about hearing and learn more about hearing health, and then take those next steps to get the best hearing they can have.
Yeah, well, that's great. And just so many exciting things coming, I think, in the future and with hearing healthcare. So yeah, well, thank you so much for sharing this with us today. And I was glad to learn more about Lucid and this assessment that's available now and all of the options that are available on the market as well. Yeah.
It's been a great pleasure speaking with you. Thanks so much for having me.
All right. Well, thanks, Bennett, and thanks to our audience for tuning in today.